Right, so the place you want to go on the map is up here, right in here. There are just a ton of soda machines. So there's a machine here. There are these three machines, as well as these two. Everything along this wall, and everything along this wall, except for this one. You'll know that they're soda machines by the $10 price. The foods are $5 price. And I came in here with like 100,000, which means I was able to spend at least $5,000 on soda cans alone. And then what you want to do is go to your backpack and consumables, and make sure you always buy the leftmost soda so that you always know that you're always buying the same one, right? See, I've got 191 Cremantacores. That was just from one run of this area, right? 315 Nicolas, right? Just one run, just buying all of the sodas out in this small area. And then what you can do is you can disassemble all of them, and it'll give you a ton of materials here. And then what you'll do is just go to any drop box. The nearest drop box to this area is about 300 meters. I'll show you. And you just dismantle them. You get a little bit of crafting XP for dismantling them. And selling the materials actually gets you a ton of money. Like a ridiculous amount of money. So I'm going to go head over there and show you how much money. So remember, I came into this with about 100K, spent about 5,000 on sodas alone, $10 sodas. And I'm probably going to have over 20K in profits. It is a little bit of a stretch to get over there, but just the density of how many soda machines there are is well worth it. So I go to all, and then I come down to my materials, which is this, and if I can find it. Sometimes I wish I weren't blind. Well, I'll just go ahead and sell these, right? That's only like a third of the materials that I got from one round, and I've pretty much bought out this drop pod. There it is. So if I were to sell it all, that's another 30K in profits. So I spent about 5,000 on sodas. Took me about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5, to buy them all, dismantle them all, and then go sell the materials. You make like 40K profits. So that's a very good way to make money. And if you reload your save, it will... I'll actually show you that now. If you reload your save, it will both refresh the drop pod and refresh all soda machines. And I believe if you travel out of the city, it'll actually refresh all of that stuff too. Also, what you can do is just anytime you see a soda machine, just buy the sodas, and then anytime you see a drop pod, just dismantle your sodas, and you can just do that during normal gameplay. And it's a great way to just passively get a bunch of money. The fast travel right there. So that didn't refresh the drop pod. So what I would recommend would be just going to a different drop pod. You can just knock out like 5 to 10 runs of the soda machines, because you just make a quick save and then load that save, and it'll refresh all of the machines. And then once you have like a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand sodas, you can get rid of them all. And then just like anytime you see a drop pod, just sell all your materials, because you're not going to need them for a while anyway. And as you can see, all of the machines are fully restocked. I can go ahead and just buy them all out. You just spam the buy button, which is the same button as the pick up button, and most of the time you'll pick up the sodas as they come out of the machines. This is pretty much the optimal way to get money as well as crafting XP, from what I've found. So I'm just gonna show you how many sodas you can get, and I'm just gonna sell them again at probably a different drop pod, and you'll see how quick this is. Sometimes they'll have a lot less in stock after you save quit. It'll seem that way, but they do refresh after that. But for whatever reason, it doesn't always refresh the drop pods money. But you can always just make a stop at a drop pod anytime you see one. while playing the game normally. Not really an issue.
Hey, man. Yeah. Fucking sick. He's serious, yeah? Right. I agree.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of this is just going to be me finishing up another round, and just showing that within like 10 minutes, I've gotten like 80k profits. It's really not that bad. It might be a little bit boring, but it's actually pretty good. As well as if you have a lot of crafting XP that goes into getting more materials per dismantle, you can make even more profit that way. And yeah, I'm just buying the same soda, just so it all goes into one stack. It's also just straight up less effort. And just like that, I went up like 4,000 common and like 1,000 uncommon. Very good rates, and that's without even having too much in crafting. As you can see, I would be getting a lot. I probably would have been crafting 10 by now if I actually leveled my crafting. But if you had this, or a couple of other skills to help you get a bunch more materials, you can make even way more profits. You could probably get 100k profits every run. Again, if you want to see where it is again, it's right down this alley.